Hello and welcome to Blender. Today I want to show you just a quick little thing about armatures, sculpted figures, and weight painting. So I've got a sculpted figure here, a very simple figure indeed, and I've got an armature. And what I did was I parented this sculpture to the armature using automatic weight painting. And so now if I were to move one of these bones, parts of the sculpture are going to move based on that bone. Now you'll notice when I move this bone, I've got parts of the head and neck moving. I got parts of the hip moving. Maybe too many parts. Not sure. I've got parts way over here on the chest that are moving. So I'm not sure I really like the way that was set up with automatic weighting. If I move this one, we can see that just deflects at the elbow. We've got some movement down in here, some movement up in the neck, and that should definitely not be happening. So what do you do when that's the case? Well, you go into weight painting mode. So I'm going to go ahead and select all my bones and just press Alt-R to reset their position. And then I'm going to jump back into object mode. And with the armature selected, I'm going to shift-click the mesh so that they are both selected with the mesh being last. And then I'm going to go to weight painting. And when you select the bone, you can see colors associated with that bone. And you can see on how those colors have been applied to the sculpture, the mesh on the sculpture specifically. And the colors indicate how much of an influence that bone is having on that piece of your mesh. Red is full influence. That bone moves, that part of the mesh is going to move. Yellow is a little less influence, green is a little less, and light blue is a little less. Dark blue means no influence at all. So right now, if I'm working with this bone down here, I can rotate, and you can see that just the end of that leg is moving. And that seems to be pretty good. I can kind of wiggle my toes. And if I grab this part, this middle joint here, and rotate it, not bad, but I've got a little bit of movement in this area that I really don't want. So one thing I can do to change that is grab the brush here, and I could draw. And now while drawing, apparently I've got stroke smoothing turned on. Let me go up here to stroke, stabilize, turn that off. I can draw, and I can add some influence. So now when I move the bone, everything I just drew on moves. Let me go ahead and undo that. And what I want to do is get rid of some of the influence up here. So you can hold down Control, just like sculpting, and you can kind of reverse draw. And I can get rid of some of the influence I don't want, some things that I don't want moving. And then I'm just going to press R and try wiggling the leg, and that looks more reasonable. I could work with that. If I want to look up here at the arm, I tried clicking on the bone right there and notice I didn't get it. So when you're inside these tools, it can be a little difficult to grab the bones. You can do a key combo for that. So if I hold down Control and Shift, I can now click a bone. Whoa. And I didn't miss. Okay, I thought I missed. That bone has a lot of influence. There's a lot coming out into the rest of this. So I really want a bigger brush. And I'm going to hold down Control and just kill large swaths of this. That bone should not be moving that much of the body. Rotate and come around and do this on the back. This is a quick video. I am not going into specifics about how to do this symmetrically or how to do front and back at the same time or anything like that. I have now created more of a border around the area that I don't want to influence. I'm going to come into the neck a little bit more here. Now, what I really don't want is a very hard transition area. So in addition to the draw tool, there is a blur tool, and it seems to work with each click. It doesn't work so much with like dragging and scrubbing. So you can click a little bit and kind of smooth that out. You can see how that's smoothing out with every click. And with that bone selected already, I'm just going to press R and see how much is moving with it. Yeah, that's potentially pretty good. Let's move it, get out here. All right. Let's check this other bone. I'm going to shift click it and just give it a rotate, a test rotate. Not bad. We're getting a little bit of movement at the elbow, which is causing some part of the body to move. That feels like that should not be happening. So I'll do a little control painting. Actually, you know what? This time around, I'm going to use a different tool. I'm going to use the smear tool and just sort of pull those colors back. So I'm pulling them away back toward that arm. And I'll do it that way. Now I'll just give it a little test rotate again. Okay, that bone seems to be mostly influencing that end of the arm. I'm going to shift control click this bone. That bone looks fine initially. I'll shift control click this bone. That's got the same problems that the other one did. I could go through and clean it up in a similar fashion. And so that's the quick and dirty of an armature and a sculpted shape and how those things are going to interact. There's a lot more available on YouTube about how to weight paint perfectly and how to sculpt so that your weight painting works a little bit more effectively. Because remember, your mesh can only bend where there are vertices and edges for it to bend on. And so if you don't have vertices and edges in this area where you want some bending to happen, then your sculpture is not going to bend that way. So you might have to go back and actually tweak your model a little bit to get things like this to work properly. But that's it. So now I can make this basic figure walk, dance, jump, what have you. And it would look reasonably well. And I would probably need to do some more detailed modeling if I want it to look better. But that's it. So, quick refresher. How do you get to weight painting? Pick your armature, shift click your object. Now you have weight painting as an option. Once you're in weight painting, how do you pick a bone? Shift, control, click, grab that bone, and now you can do some weight painting with that bone. You've got your three main tools over here, which are draw, blur, smear. I don't use average very much. You can use gradient, but gradient tends to be a little bit more extreme. So it starts off with full red on one side and then yellow out to green and blue. But you always get full red on one side, and it goes all the way through. So use gradient with caution, even though it's a very large and large tool for big areas. The other way to collect your or select your bones is you can always get a list of bones over here. I went to the little data tab, and each bone is selected. If I had gone through the trouble while creating this to actually name the bones, I could quickly grab different bones over here and start weight painting with those two. So there you go. That's a quick and dirty weight painting on a sculpture kind of thing. Good luck.